Sky Sports 1, your home of football.
Here we go. They're making a very confident start. Oh, you can't teach this. Wonderful stuff. Already they look like a different team. Gillette and the Fantasy Football Club, together supporting Movember.
The search is on for a new manager.
Away for the fans.
Good luck.
What's your team today?
Hello and a very warm welcome to the Fantasy Football Club. As you know by now, this is a show all about picking teams and the people who pick them. Shall we meet the man who picks ours, shall we? All right, he's a Neil Warnock to my Keith Millen. He's the magic man. He's Paul Merson.
Hello, mate, you right? You right?
Nice badge.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Is that a badge or a plate? Right, no time to waste. Here is what is coming up on the show. He's only ever played for one club, but today he signs for the Fantasy Football Club. Former Leeds and Republic of Ireland fullback Gary Kelly makes his debut. We've been to Devon to see how John Sheridan's Plymouth Argyle got on in the two-footed corner challenge. And the only man to score a hat-trick in a World Cup final, England's 1966 hero Sir Geoff Hurst picks a world-beating 1-11.
When you travelled abroad, if they couldn't speak English, they could say two words. Bobby Charlton.
The big question is, Paul Merson, did Geoff Hurst put himself in his 1-11, bearing in mind he scored 3 goals in a World Cup final? Can he afford to leave himself out?
Can he? Only person ever.
Find out later on. Now it's time to meet this week's guest. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a Leeds United legend, and hopefully after tonight, a Fantasy Football Club legend. It's Gary Kelly! You're our latest sign. Here are a few reasons why we signed you. Very warm welcome to the show. Great crowd, and got a few Leeds boys in tonight.
Still a few Leeds fans
nice
there.
To see.
Great to see you, lads.
You retired 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Where have you been? What have you been doing?
Yeah, I've been home. Moved back to Ireland with the kids and my wife Julianne, and doing the A&B diploma now at the moment with the FAI. So
it's your coaching badges.
Coaching badges, yeah. So it's taken a little bit longer than we expected because it's tough. Because there's a few lads that still involved in Premier League footballers, in Premier League clubs. Yeah. That need a bit of time off to do these type of badges, so we sort of have to wait till the close season.
Oh, is that all right? You have to wait till you can all get on it together.
Yeah,
is that right?
Together, then we can have a crack at it together.
Okay.
You know?
I think you retired at 32. Could you have carried on?
Yeah, I could have. Maybe there was another couple of years in us, but after the last contract, David O'Leary gave us, I think we made our mind up as a family that we would move home then, and it just happened to be as we were falling down the tables and the leagues, you know what I mean? So it was a bit sad leaving. I was terribly sad leaving, but it was one of those. It was a family decision to go home and see granddads and nanas, you know.
But so Steve Staunton gave you a call.
Yeah, Stan gave us a little call when he got the Irish job, wondering if I'd get back involved. I don't know if it was for the entertainment manager
as a player.
I'm not sure. So Stan's the only one that'll sort of know that answer, but. I'm sure it was for entertainment or something like that, rather than playing.
I was going to say, did you retire after you played against Merse? Because I'm sure you came up against Merse.
Oh, a million times.
Yeah, good few battles with Merse over the years, but I think Merse won more than I did. But no, it was a great player and a legend, and great to sit here beside him.
Didn't you have to mark him once?
Yeah, George Graham, I think it was a cup game replay down at Highbury, and he just went, mark you for the 90 minutes. And I remember saying to you once or twice, just go away. But I didn't anyway, and we got the win.
Now, you are a Leeds legend. You played 10 Premier League seasons for Leeds. You finished 5th or higher in 7 of those campaigns. It really was a hell of a Leeds side. How do you feel now when you look at the situation that Leeds are in?
It's tough because half my life is Leeds United. And it didn't finish great, so it did, after being 17 years here, and did more or less leave them when we were struggling in the Championship and Division 1 at the time as well. So, it's tough every week to look at the results because it's a big part of my life and a big part of my family.
Did you get over to games at all?
I tried to get over to see a few mates, Kev Sharp and Mickey Neal and all the gang. They said to shut out the names. So,
You've done that.
I tried my best to get over, but just short and sharp, in and out.
Okay.
Can you see Leeds becoming a Premier League team again under the circumstances at the moment?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of sleeping joints in this.
And I'm not blaming the owner because there wasn't a lorry load of clubs queuing up to buy the club. So I think he gets a lot of stick, but no one else was there at the time. Yeah,
definitely. A lot of people jump on the owner's backs would do, but as you say, there wasn't many there to come in with the money and get them out of that little bit of trouble that they were in. So it'd be great to see them one day back. They will be back. Definitely, 100%.
Well,
in the Premier League.
I think
a massive club, and I think
everybody hopes so. I mean, the crowds they get now. I mean, it's still phenomenal. I mean, it's
7,000 last year. Last week away to Blackburn. So that's crazy. That's crazy numbers. You know what I mean?
You were there for 16 years. At what stage did you have a look and think things are maybe taking a turn for the worst here?
Fairness, I'd definitely go when we got relegated, and then the big names, the likes of Fiduka, Smith, Rio, Fowler, Keane, and they all just start leaving, and it's tough to replace players like that after being at a club. So there's not many players out there, which the names I'm after saying. So and since then we just never replaced them with better players because it was always tough. But then that's why we sort of went down, and then, as you say, administration and bits and pieces. So I think the club just kept dropping and dropping, but it just stopped at the moment.
Has there ever been a time that you've been offered to go back in any capacity back to Leeds?
There was a little sniff when Brian McDermott had it, but he more or less had to get to the summer and regroup again for the pre-season, but he didn't hang on that long. So
what did he want you to go in and do?
I'm not sure. I think it was to work with the back four, or the young kids, full backs or whatever like that. So wherever more or less he wanted me to do, I would have done. So we sort of never had that little chat. But I know there was a little tinkling that he wanted to get us involved.
You've played under some great managers. Is management on your radar?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a go. One day I'd love to manage Leeds, you know what I mean? I'm class myself as a Leeds lad. I know a bit of an Irish accent on me. But I'd love to go back one day. So just to get back and involved with the club again would be brilliant, you know.
What about coaching? Because the two things are very different, aren't they? Some people come in here and go, I don't want to coach, I want to manage, or vice versa. You know, is it definitely management?
Yeah, it would be management as well, and I think it's important that you get your foot in the door straight away. You know what I mean? Whatever club it is, and then get your own type of player in. But I think it'd be nice to get a few ex-mates involved and things like that, because you've got to trust the people around you.
Yeah.
Going in there each day and not sure who's around you, you've got to trust them, you know.
Good stuff. I'm sure you've got a very bright future in management. We'll be revealing what it was like to room with Gordon Strachan. Watching Countdown, doing conundrums a little later on, but for the time being, everybody, Gary Kelly. Do you play fantasy football, Gary?
No, I don't.
Why? It's not for geeks, you know. It's not just for squares.
I don't know.
It's
I'm doing
cool
the coaching
people like me and Merce as well.
Yeah, no, I'm afraid to say no, sorry, Phil.
I'll get on it, it's good. Only the Sky one, though. The Sky one's the best, by Mal. Okay. Here are the 11 players that have received an official text from the Sky Fantasy Footy FA to say, congratulations, you've been selected for the Sky Fantasy Footy Team of the Week. Game week 15 threw up a rare 3-5-2 formation with Sunderland's Costel Pantolimon a debutant between the sticks. 2 foxes and a lion protect the black cat at the back, with Chelsea's Cesar Azpilicueta lining up alongside Leicester's Richie Delat and Jeffrey Schlupp. Points are plenty from midfield, with Christian Eriksen, Yaya Toure, Leon Osman, Eden Hazard and Yannick Bolasie producing 72 between them. And it's an all claret and blue top 2, with Gabby Agbonlahor and Danny Ings both on the score sheet. But it's 1/5 of our famous 5 that bags the Player of the Week award, with Christian Eriksen earning his Spurs at Hull, live on the Super Sunday. The Danish man of the match bagged an assist, a goal and a passing bonus, and here is how he did it.
Eriksen has a go and does it! Spurs come up with a late show again, and Christian Eriksen is the man who seems to have won it for them. It's another happy away day for Tottenham. Christian Eriksen was the man who had the final say with the 90th minute winner.
Well done, Christian Eriksen, player of the week. Now, Southampton take on Man City in the first half of Super Sunday this weekend. Merce, Southampton's second after 12 games. How hard is it sitting next to Matt Le Tissier on Soccer Saturday at the moment?
Yeah, it's hard. I don't think it'll last much.
You don't?
I don't. I think it's very difficult. I was in that situation when I was at Aston Villa about 13 years ago when we were top of the league, or second. Well, we were top, flying along. Gary will tell you it's hard when you get to February, March, and to have to keep on playing the way they are. I mean, every week they play, they have to play 100% to get a result and win. You know, they were about 70% the other day and they drew. Chelsea could play 70% and win 3-0.
OK. Gary, as a fully paid-up member of the right-back club, give us your opinion on Nathaniel Clyne.
Yeah, Clyne is doing very well. He broke into the England squad there a couple of weeks ago. It looked like that he's made for that position, you know what I mean? Pace. He gets back as well. If he sort of loses the winger, he's a lot of pace to get back at him as well. Good on the ball, gets forward and gets plenty of crosses in, so he's definitely one to watch, and he's broke into the England setup already, so more and more will come from him.
Yeah, he looks very comfortable. Yeah. Merce, do you think Ronald Koeman's got a job on to hang on to him?
Yeah, I do. I really do. But fair play to Southampton, you know. I didn't know where he was, you know what I mean? I didn't realise he was going to be that good, and fair play to everybody at Southampton. The work they do bringing these kids through is phenomenal, and giving them all the chance as well.
Absolutely. Right, still to come, we visit Home Park, home of Plymouth Argyle, to see how they get on in the two-footed corner challenge. But next, England's 66 World Cup hat-trick winning hero, Sir Geoff Hurst, pitches 1 to 11, and he looks like he means business.
Quietly commanding, leading from the front, the captain.
At Argos, get set for up to half price in the Big Toy Price Drop. Plus all of these toys half price, including Chad Valley, Barbie and Peppa Pig. Get set for the Texter Scooby. Now 46.49. Go Argos.
McCoy's knows a thing or two about real men, and it's time to celebrate the real McCoys in football. What the fans give, they generously give back. The great role models of the game. Look at this guy. Nothing is too much for his fans. He'd give you his shampoo contract and not think twice. It's time we honoured the real McCoys in football. Grab a bag for a chance to win 2-for-1 tickets and nominate now to win Sky TV with Sky Sports for a year.
Classique, Le Mal, Fragrances by Jean-Paul Gaultier.
If you're a bit partial to soups with noodles, sharing a burger with your pet Labradoodle, or treating yourself to cakes and strudels, there's a beer for that. Sunday roast, cheese on toast, cockles from the Cornish coast, there's a beer for that. So whether you call it dinner or tea, all you can eat or go dairy free. With ales, pales and pilsners too, there's a beer that's just right for you.
Available to buy or rent in Sky Store now.
8, 2, 1, 4.
If you threaten his family, he will retaliate.
They're animals!
War has begun. Buy or rent Dawn of the Planet of the Apes in Sky Store now.
Sky Sports, your home of sport. Whenever you want, wherever you are.
Mesmerising movement there from the wing wizard. That's a lovely bit of flair.
Welcome back to the Fantasy Football Club here in the company of the Magic Man and Gary Kelly. World Cup winning 1 to 11 courtesy of Sir Geoff Hurst and Plymouth Argyle have a crack at the two-footed corner challenge. But first, it's time to crown our Sky Fantasy Footy Manager of the Week, who is Marlene Emery. You see, I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing that. But do you not think every time her name gets mentioned, she is? I'm not doing that, Marlene. I'm not doing that. Marlene bags
Someone get that goat out of it.
an iPad, which is all well and good, but it won't keep her warm on the streets of Cambridge, will it? No, but one of these will. A fantasy football club scarf. I mean, not just that. Don't just wear that. Wear some clothes as well, because that wouldn't be great, would it? But you've won that, Marlene. Well done. You are the special one.
I am the special one.
Oh, forget Marlene. Let's get on to you, Gary. Now, you joined the Leeds youth system in 1991 from Home Farm in Dublin. You joined as a striker. Did you continue to play for the youth team as a striker?
No, I think it was only one of the FA Youth Cup games. I think we played Oldham, and it got us back and forward because I was eligible to play with the youth team. But then now, Howard Wilkinson turned us into the right back. Mel Sterling got injured, which the Leeds fans will know, and lucky enough then he just had a go at me at right back, and the rest is more or less history, you know.
So were you a decent striker or not?
No, useless. I scored a few for Home Farm, all right, and then when we come over, myself and PJ O'Connell, we just never hit it off when we came here. So another couple of goals here and there, but nothing special.
Because they didn't just bring you over, they brought your strike partner as well. They saw you as a twosome, smash and grab.
Yeah, PJ was flying, so he was. He was a big lad for his age and all that. So he had a lot of talent, got a bad injury then when he came over with us, and went home early. So I was lucky enough then that I happened to get a spot then at right back, you know.
Did all right, didn't you?
And then when you was over, you got homesick. Was there ever a time you thought, oh, I'm going to pack this in?
Yeah, I remember coming for the first year and it was a struggle. We were in Beeston, in Diggs, and going home for the 4-6 weeks then of the summer holidays. And you just start seeing your mates again when you come back. But Howard Wilkinson, at the time, pulled us aside and more or less said to us, imagine what you can do for people. So try to get your head down. He was a great man, and he had a lot of time for us and the youth team lads. So thankful to him, really, that he more or less made me stay, you know.
Do you ever remember your first training session, going from being at Home Farm and then the youth team and then to go and play what I would say with the big boys?
Yeah, we were a bit raw going into it, all right. I think there was a few people out injured and we just had to stand in. But we done okay, but it was just sort of looking around, seeing the bigger names and how professional they were and the size, more or less. I remember standing beside John Lukic and Mervyn Day, just in goals, you know. No one could score by them. They were just so big and monstrous, you know, and Strachan and the likes of them. So, yeah, it was an eye-opener. But there was
Don't tell me Gordon Strachan was bigger than you as well.
No, but as a personality, you know what I mean? But no, it was just of awe of seeing these people, a professional, because I've never a professional before, and then just to see how it runs day in, day out.
Did you hold your own in the first training session?
I forget, really. I don't think so, because I was with the first team for a couple of games of the first year that they won the title, and then I went missing them for the full next year. And I wasn't injured, but no, I was blame Howard Wilkinson for that.
Who's did you clean?
Chris Fairclough, Gordon Strachan.
So you did two pairs?
Yeah, with two pairs.
Who was the best tipper?
I go Chris Fairclough because he's bigger.
And you got on quite well with Gordon, didn't you? You ended up rooming with him, is that true?
Yeah, I was roommates with Gordon, so I was good 6 or 7 years. But no, he was a great man, and he more or less educated us what way to treat yourself off the pitch. I knew he was a bit of a character and all that, but I think it was put into room with him for a reason, you know what I mean? So Howard Wilkinson to calm me down. But we could be on the bus and all the boys would go, didn't know who I'd be rooming with. And they go, who are you rooming with this week, Kels? And I go, you know I'm in with Strack. And they could be off playing cards or PlayStations and all that, but I could be doing a conundrum with Gordon and watching whatever it was, but to be lights out then at 10 o'clock, so I'd be always fresh as a daisy, but the boys would be knackered the next day.
And was Gordon running the dressing room then? I mean, there were a lot of big personalities in that side, weren't there? Was he running it?
Yeah, I remember going over as a youth team player, and just the aura of Gordon Strachan being at the club. He was known as Skip. There was different personalities in the club that go out for a beer and to have a bit of crack and a bit of banter around the changing room, but Gordon was just so up there. He more or less ran the club by a look, you know what I mean? He just had everything, and everyone sort of loved him, you know.
How long did it take for you to find your voice, you know, being a younger player, you know, and then you get in the first team?
Yeah, it's tough as well, because it's not bred into you, you know what I mean, to be a talker on the pitch and things like that, but more or less the centre-halves and like playing behind Gordon never really shut up really in front of us, so you just pick up ideas off, and then the more games and the more experience you get your own tongue then, and you just start giving a few out, you know.
93, 94 and then 94, 95, you started every single game. It's 42 games, 84 games on the trot. Did you ever think about asking for a rest?
Not really, no, because I can always remember what Howard Wilkinson said, more or less. Imagine what you could do for people. So if you're over there to do a job, you might as well be doing the job rather than sit and watch people doing your job, you know. So, yeah, no, it was better to be in the team, and time went quicker once you were travelling the whole time. So you could be gone Tuesday night, play Wednesday, and then you could be gone Friday, Saturday. And no, it sort of went quick. Looking back on it, where the years went, I don't know, but I wouldn't really change anything too different. But you missed the dressing room an awful lot.
Yeah, you made over 500 appearances for Leeds. You're 8th in the top 10 all-time appearance makers for Leeds United, and you are in legendary company. There you are in 8th. You are the only player who's not from the Don Revie era to play more than 500 games for Leeds, which is quite incredible, I think. You must have had offers from other clubs.
I'm not sure. I remember, I think it was Bill Fodderby said one day, "How much would you say you'd be now?" or something like that to us, but nothing was ever sort of leaked. And I think later on in the years, I think a few clubs come in, but I wasn't really told too much about it, so but I was settled at Leeds anyway, and they would have done a lot to get us away from that.
Was there a club, if they had come in, that could have tempted you away?
Yeah, I definitely think any young Irish lad would love to play for Celtic, you know what I mean? And I was lucky enough for Leeds United as well. But if I was going to leave, I definitely think it would have been to Celtic. And to more or less, and as a manager as well, Gordon was there at the time as well, but he probably knew too much about me to make a gamble on it.
I'll ask you a question here. Who would win? The team that won the old First Division, the year before the Premier, or the team that got in the semi-final of the European Cup?
What a question, Paul Merson.
Yeah, two brilliant teams.
Yeah.
I was involved in the Champions League lads. They were a lot younger, but I'll go with the old pros because they actually put some silverware on the table, so a bit of slagging as well. But I'll go with the older pros. The older pros.
Gary, you're going to be picking your best 11 a little bit later on. Have you nailed it?
Yeah, more or less. Going a few texts during the week to see if I left anyone out now. But no.
Got to upset someone, haven't you? You've got to upset someone. That's football management. That's Merce. The 30th of July 1966 is a day that will never be forgotten in English football's history, as Sir Alf Ramsey's Three Lions were crowned world champions at the home of football. We caught up with the man who stuck 3 in the German net that day, Sir Geoff Hurst, as he delivered brand new kits to grassroots football clubs as part of McDonald's FA Charter Standard Kit Scheme, an initiative that has seen over 50,000 free kits distributed to clubs this year. Here's who he rates as the best players he's played with. This is Sir Geoff's 1 to 11.
Well, I'm here to pick my best 11 team. To be honest with you, it's fairly easy. The formation basically is a 4-4-2. In goal, this is an easy choice. Gordon Banks. He was one of our 5 world-class players. I don't think we've had a better goalkeeper than him. Well known for his save against Pelé in the 70 World Cup, but more importantly for Gordon was the save against me in the semi-final of the League Cup. So Gordon would tell you that's the best save, and more important save because it got Stoke to a final of the League Cup. I was aware he'd indicated when he was going to leave. I think at Leicester the Chiltern was coming through. We could have probably got him for about 50,000, I think. But Ron Greenwood, the manager, had made an agreement, a handshake on Bobby Ferguson. And we paid about £15,000 more for Bobby Ferguson. So that was a disappointment for Clavicle, but I think a disappointment, of course, for Gordon. It would have been great to have 4 World Cup players in the same team. So moving on to defence, at right back, George Cohen. George was probably arguably the fittest player in the team. We used to joke and laugh about him. He used to do 15 knees ups to warm up. The other thing we joked about George was we used to see clips of games we played against teams on the screen in the hotel, and one of the laughs of the night was to run all these things backwards. So we got a lot of fun watching George Cohen doing overlaps backwards. Left back, again, this is easy. Ray Wilson, not as well known in the team, but in my opinion and the opinion of the other players, one of the 5 world-class players in the World Cup team. A fantastic player. The centre half was Jack Charlton, a fantastic defender, 700 games for Leeds. He was probably almost 30, quite unusually old to start his career with England. And he once asked Alf Ramsey why he'd picked him at that age. And Alf said, well, you'll fit in the team. I don't always pick the best players. And I think that was one of the successes of our team. Of course, Alf picked a team, not necessarily a good individual. Well, you don't really need me to answer this question about who's the other central defender. I always say that he is the best player I play with. I grew up with him, and he was a great leader, a brilliant reader of the game at the back, took responsibility. People do think of him as a sweeper, if you like, defender, but he got forward a lot more than people give him credit for. In fact, he made 2 of the goals in the World Cup in the final. He's one you'd think was that's going to be easily the best choice. Moving on to the middle of the park, 4 people in the middle of the park. On the right side, Bally, Alan Ball, youngest player in the team, 20 years of age, 21 years of age, and many of us would regard him as the man of the match. And he had a fantastic attitude and was once quoted to Alf in his early days, if you want the shirt back, Alf, you have to tear it off the back. If you're the man of the match in the World Cup final, you've got to be regarded in your best team. Also in midfield, Martin Peters, not so well known, of course, when people don't talk about him in today's game, but stands very good comparison with people like Steven Gerrard in the middle of the park. Played 67 games, Martin, and scored 20 goals. The interesting story about Martin, Ron Greenwood was shoving him down his throat, said you got to pick this player, Alf, you got to pick him, and Alf said, I'm not sure about picking him because I'm not sure whether he's very good at heading a ball, which shows even the great managers make a mistake. Didn't start the World Cup, he finished up scoring what nearly was the winner in a World Cup final. Nobby Stiles, or Norbert Stiles as we call him, he played the holding role in the middle of the park, which was such an important role then and now in the world game. I grew up with Nobby from under 17s to under 23s, and so I've known Nobby longer than most of the England players. I would mention, in terms of an option for Nobby, Alan Mullery. Muller's probably played as well in that position, if not better, than Nobby had played. So he would have been vying for that spot, that holding midfield spot for me. The last of the midfield players is Sir Robert Charlton, CBE. Bobby played over 100 games, effectively a midfield player, but scored 49 goals, which is still a record. It won't be held for very long, I don't think, with Wayne's World now shaping up. One of the most two-footed players I've ever seen, and one of our genuine world-class players, and well-known players at the time. When you travelled abroad, if they couldn't speak English, they could say 2 words, Bobby Charlton. Moving on to forwards as a couple, we had a great backbone of a team, world-class players, and although Jimmy Greaves didn't play in the final, you look at his record, and I have to remind youngsters today who haven't heard of Jimmy, Spurs played 368 games, scored 268 goals, 75% ratio, 3 goals every 4 games in his career. So he was a genuine world-class player, although he didn't play in the final, of course, due to injury. Had he not been injured, he would almost certainly have played in the final, and I probably wouldn't be talking to you today. The other guy will pick up front, I go for my partner on the day, Roger Hunt. I think he was a fantastic player for Liverpool, you know, a god up in Liverpool. Great ratio of goals, 1 in 2 for England. Great lad, smashing lad, and one I'm still very fond of today. My wife has always said that if she was to go out social, she would pick Roger Hunt to go out with, which is so it's a commendation from my missus about what a nice guy Roger is. I think the great thing about team sport, and football particularly, is that when you win something, you're sharing it with other players. It's quite fulfilling to share that moment with some great lads, and the camaraderie and team spirit of that particular group of players was something was the cornerstone of us being successful.
Some team there. Gary, you know one of those World Cup winners very well, Jack Charlton, who was your manager with the Republic of Ireland. What was it like playing for Jack?
Jack was brilliant, yeah. Jack was such a character, so he was. When I was a young lad getting into the Irish setup, I just couldn't believe some of the things that he'd say or whatever, like just to get you going, you know, and you could go out there and we beat the Germans once just with one of his team talks, you know. Really? In '94 World Cup, we were coming back, we played, just before the World Cup, we came back from Lansdowne Road, we were playing Russia. And we all wanted to get back to see our families. I think it was 0-0 the game, and back to see our families. We just pulled into this pub in Ireland, everyone will know it'll be Hill 16, and he said everyone has to have 2 pints of Guinness or 2 pints of lager, wherever. I have family back in the hotel as well, so in we'd go, and time to leave. We go, Jack, can we go now? He said, time to leave there. He just read a cheque, and the man behind the bar just more or less said to him, Jack, can we keep your cheque? and not cash it and frame it. So that was obviously one of his pranks.
One of his tricks. Yeah, I've heard that
So
story.
there's a few pubs in Dublin now with signing Jack Charlton checks behind it.
Might start doing that, man.
I might try doing that.
Mercy get away with it.
Right, still to come, Gary selects his 1-2-11. We've got some exciting news for another English World Cup winner. But next, we've been on a pilgrimage to see if the Plymouth Argyle players could deal with football's biggest challenge, the two-footed variety. See how they fared after the break.
Covering the flanks well, the wide midfielder. Textbook.
Cheers! Best meal of the year, everyone.
Here, Grandad, that's for you.
Lights out, lads.
Onesies. So last year.
Control, we are locked on.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
All you need for Christmas at Clas Ohlson.
We have never seen anything like this, and we will never see anything like it again.
Say my name. Bond. James Bond.
We have the Prosecco. We have the sparkling Sauvignon Blanc. We have the champagne. We have liftoff. It's one small glass for man.
Available to rent now in Sky Store.
We're the Guardians of the Galaxy.
What should we do next? Something good? Something bad? Bit of both.
I, for one, am not going to stand by and watch as Ronan wipes out billions of innocent lives.
What are you doing? Dance off, bro. Me and you. Those are some big guns. I have a plan.
There's a terrible plan. Biggest idiots in the galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy is now available to rent in Sky Store.
Sky Sports, your home of sport. Whenever you want, wherever you are.
All showboating here from the striker. What a finish, though.
Football belongs to the Gibraltar nation. We have to develop and we have to progress.
It's cutthroat because we've got a nation to impress.
And we have to go out there and play good football. You should be ashamed, some of you players, of what you gave out there. That's my target at the moment, getting to those playoffs.
It's a dream come true for me, Beatles.
Bring on Poland and Germany as well.
All right, Dave, go over there, Dave. You should grow up.
1, 2, 3, Gibraltar!
The Sky Sports Originals present a behind-the-scenes insight into the Gibraltar national team as they embark on their first European Championships qualification campaign. Watch their story on Sunday, 7 p.m. on Sky Sports 1. Welcome back to the Fantasy Football Club. We're here with Merce and Gary Kelly. So, a new-look Fantasy Football Club side took to the pitch on my computer last weekend. How did they do? Not massive improvements, if I'm brutally honest with you. 6 changes in total, a new back three. In came Dummett, Hudson, Robertson, along with Sissoko, Fabregas and that man Costa. But we weren't just looking at last weekend. You know, we're looking at the long game there, aren't we, Merce? It's a long season.
I think so.
Big news this week is that it is a double game week, very important. So still no room for us in the top 10 of our Sky Sports Mini League. So what really is the point of looking at the table? Let's just gloss right over that and find out who is the manager of the week. It's Will Greenwood. Just when he thought he could never replace that buzz of winning the Rugby World Cup with England, this happens. Incredible, isn't it? Here is Will with his prize. looking very, very pleased with himself. Well done, Will. You are the special one. I am the special one. And as well as the scarf, Will has won £100 for his chosen charity, Born, thanks to that lovely lot at Sky Fantasy Footy. Now, Gary, you may have only played for one club during your career, but you played under 10 managers. Here they are. Including Terry Venables, Peter Reid and Mick McCarthy. Time to learn a little bit more about them with some quick-fire manager questions.
Quick-fire manager questions.
Are you ready?
Go.
Merce hasn't got his glasses, so this could be fun. Who had the best sense of humour?
Jack Charlton.
Who was the best when they joined in training? That's nothing to do with glasses. That's school.
Peter Reid was good as well, Mick McCarthy, but Mick McCarthy just took it serious, you know what I mean? He could kick you, no problem.
So Mick McCarthy joined in as Ireland manager, yeah?
As he was manager of Ireland, and they picked himself to mark Robbie Keane one day and kicked lumps out of Robbie. There was only a few hours before the game or whatever, you know, to go home and rest or go and do a bit of shopping, and he kicked lumps out of Robbie, yeah.
Who was the worst when they joined in?
I wouldn't say the worst, but he had a nightmare one day. Kevin Blackwell went in goals and the boys were on fire. And they were just top-corning him, everything, and he just couldn't get his breather or anything. So I won't say worst, but he had a nightmare one day.
So you're saying he's the worst, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Who was the best man manager?
Mick could get you going. They were all very good in their own little way. But you can remember how it works. You can remember little individual ones that gets going. David O'Leary gave us one Monday. We were 3-0 down against Derby at home, and I think we came out the second half and we won 4-3, and likewise at Southampton as well. Kev Blackburn gave us a good one at half time, a good rollicking, and out we came, you know, and turned things around.
You mentioned George Graham as well before.
Yeah, George is a good man, yeah. George made us captain of Leeds United when my sister Mandy passed away. And when I had no interest in football whatsoever, and he just made us captain of the lads, and so I couldn't let down the lads, and I had to stick it out. So that was good, you know, hands-on, good management as well. It's only looking back now how much it really meant to us, you know.
Who's been your favourite number two?
Sam Ellis was a great character. He came with Kevin Blackwell, and you could see him in a tree just reading the Racing Post or something like that when he should be doing set pieces. And, you know, there's a tip for a horse going in 5 minutes, lads.
Hurry up. Kind of manager there.
Yeah,
that's how I got the
he was just a great character. He was a great character.
Which manager would you like to have played under?
We're going by Gordon Strachan. I roomed with him, and I'm not saying no disrespect to Coventry, but if when he was the manager at Celtic, but I would have loved to have a little crack at Celtic up the road, but wasn't to be, and delighted to finish out with Leeds.
And what annoyed you most about managers?
Every one of them, 10 of them, when they didn't explain where they were dropping you. Like you were either having a stinker, or they just didn't. You thought they didn't fancy you anymore, so not getting an explanation often. But sometimes they didn't have to give it to you.
Can't imagine you got dropped so often, though, Gary.
Oh, there was a few times, yeah. Me all doing.
They all went before you, though, didn't they?
Well. I hung in there.
Cheers, Gary. That was Quick Fire Manager Questions. Right, time for the two-footed corner challenge. This week, Plymouth Argyle at a very sunny home park. Good effort, lads. Taking on the two-footed corner challenge this week are Plymouth's Ollie Norburn, Tyler Harvey and Louis Alessandra. Here are your rules. You've got to score directly from a corner with your left foot and then do the same with your right. The ball cannot bounce before entering the goal. The player who achieves this in the fewest attempts is the winner. Up first on his weaker left peg is Ollie. Game on.
Oh, I made it. Went in though.
Not a vintage start.
There we go. Did.
Oh, it's just unlucky.
Good for you.
Not really, eh?
Oh my days.
Is that sun in his eyes?
You know what? I'm that guy that's sitting on the sofa slagging people off when they're getting over 20.
No, that's me, mate.
He's done it.
Oh. It's just a bit weird, that, isn't it?
There you go. Yeah. Surely.
It looks good. It is good.
Yeah, I'm happy to let him have that.
Yeah, that's good to hear that, because it's up to you, isn't it? Tyler, left foot, you're up.
Oh my God. I'd love to rip into you, but I were minging.
Can't argue with that, mate.
Get in. Swingerville. You need to get off them weights. They're doing worse, aren't they?
That's good. Yes!
He's on the stand.
Pleased with that, isn't he? And quite right too. Well done, young man. Goal, goal, goal.
Killed this area, Rob.
Last up on his unfavoured left foot is Louis.
Oh my God. No. Hey, decent, all that.
Those balls sound rock hard.
There it is.
No.
Ah, and again.
Shot.
There it is. Looks fine.
Looks close.
It looked like it hit the line.
I'm going to have to go upstairs, refer it. No, I'm sorry, you can't have that one.
There you go. Yes.
You can have that one, though. No question about that.
Got that in the end, there.
Right, half-time scores on the half-time doors. Nothing to separate Ollie and Louis. 26 attempts apiece, leaving Tyler miles out in front with 8. Right foot time now. Come on, Ollie. Flip-flop banter. Still can't get over that flip-flop.
Oh my days. We need that whip more. Doesn't it? Hey, your mate's killing you up there.
Is it putting him off, do you think? Should we move it? No need to move it. He's done it despite that flip-flop. Well done, Ollie. Great effort. Louis, strong foot, you're up. What are they laughing at?
Oh my days. It's getting worse. Swat dog's killing you. I think I'm left-footed. There it is. That's over.
Is it over?
That was over, though.
Yes, it is over. Just. Closing the show on his strong right foot is Tyler.
Get in.
Oh, I say.
Job done.
Job done indeed. In one. Perfection. Oh, we've had blokes with tops off, flip-flops. It really has been a lot of fun, but here are your final scores. Ollie brings up the rear with 32. Louis nicks second with 31, but this week's two-footed technician is Tyler with 9. Good effort, lads. Oh, look, they're still at it. Absolutely crackers. Well done, lads. Gary, fancy chances at that?
Yeah, no problem.
Left and right?
Yeah. You organise a fan as well.
You surprised me there.
I've 2 left foot, 2 left feet. Can't even say the right foot, you know.
Let's come and do it.
Yeah, no problem.
Come down and sort it out. Right, coming up in the final part of our show, the ITK with his fantasy footy picks ahead of the double game week. And Gary takes his first steps into management by picking his 1 to 11.
Would you believe it? The crossbar comes to the rescue again.
Right now at Homebase, get ready to host your perfect Christmas with 15% off everything, in-store and online. So making your home your own for less has never been easier. Homebase. Make your house your home this Christmas. Let's shop small. Let's support the butchers, the bakers, the stylish dressmakers, the doers, the menders, the all-night shop owners who do big things for us. From candles to bangles, from keys cut to haircuts, and all those small things that help us. Let's support the heroes of our high street. Think big, shop small. On Saturday, December 6th, join Small Business Saturday. American Express. Realise the potential.
Chelsea are the best team around at the moment.
Everybody should be worried about Chelsea. This Chelsea side could run away with it.
Costa, what a start! Crucial equaliser for Southampton. Yaya Toure and City get the 3 points.
Next up for them, it is the champions at St Mary's. It's another huge weekend of football, live on Sky Sports.
Sky Sports, your home of sport. Whenever you want, wherever you are.
Oh, look at this. It's a curler. Where did that come from?
Welcome back to the final part of the Fantasy Football Club with Merce and Gary Kelly. Right, Gary, before we do your 1 to 11, I understand you've got me a present.
Yeah, just a little present. I didn't come empty-handed.
No one has ever brought us a present, have they, Merce?
No.
Well, me a present.
There you go. A little present for
Have a
you.
look at that.
Wow.
Have a look at that. How many of these did you get, Gary?
52.
52 caps. Hey, any good to you? Wow.
Thanks for having us.
Amazing. Seriously, that is... Chuffed by that. Thank you very much. And, Merce, what did you get?
Money.
I'm happy with my cap. Right, time has come. You've got to select your 1 to 11. This is your team made up from the best players you played with.
Yeah.
Away you go,
So,
mate.
in goal, I'll start off with.
What formation you going?
I'm going to go 4-4-2.
The old school.
So, number 1, Nigel Martin. What a great keeper. When I went over there, first of all, there was John Lukic. Was a brilliant keeper as well. Mercy known from Mars. He was a great lad, but Nigel came in and just brought the bar up. You know what I mean? He was brilliant at Palace. I think we saw him from Palace. When he just came in, the difference, and then he just got better and better. So he was a great lad on and off the field, and just walked his socks off as well.
What was his strength?
His strength, he was brilliant shot stopper, reactions. I think if the fans can remember, you'd think he was beaten 1 minute, he'd get up and get a hand on it. You know what I mean? With Paul Robson, there was Shay Given, there was a lot of other keepers that could have picked. It was a tough one then, but I'll go with Nigel because I more or less seen him week in, week out. We walked as a back five, you know. So then I'm going to go right back. Dennis Irwin. Dennis had everything. Dennis could play left back, right back. I think he could play anywhere at all. And lucky enough, when I was right back, he was left back, and you could just learn so much off him. Great lad as well. Free kicks, edge of the box as well. And I just found he had to go in a right back because I just admired him all over my career as well, and the career he had as well, you know.
Different class.
So I'm going to go centre half. Paul McGrath, schoolboy hero. Lucky enough to play with him as well, with my country. What can you say about the man? 2 broken knees and just kept going, you know what I mean? Didn't do much training, he's just one of those players that come onto the pitch against you see him in the tunnel, you could just look at Paul and just go, wow, the stature of the man. But I was lucky to play with him as well, and just to learn so much I could off him. Like Dennis as well in the Irish team, it was just amazing, you know.
I think he's world class, I do.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think he was world class. Yeah, I really do. I mean,
amazing.
You know, if he wasn't doing what he was doing, I mean, he could have been anything he wanted. I mean, he was that good. I mean, with the stories you hear at Aston Villa, didn't train Monday, Friday, and he just went out Saturday. He was 9 out of 10 every single week.
Same with the Irish side,
I mean, you were lucky enough to play with him. I was unlucky enough to play against him. That's how good he was. I mean, he was unbelievable.
You could spend another 2 minutes even talking about me.
Good on the ball. Great
he was amazing.
As well.
Heading the ball, half volleys at centre half, everything. He just had everything. And delighted to have him in my team. The Rolls Royce of the game, I think. Rio Ferdinand. Tough one as well, because you have Lucas Radevi, great mates of Lucas, Woody, great centre halves, Chris Fairclough at Leeds, and the Irish lads as well. But Rio has to go in there. He was just a machine. He brought the game as a centre half, as Paul sort of getting older in the game, and then you just see the young lad like Rio coming up. It was just amazing. But I just love to see the two of them together at one stage. But that's why it's called fantasy football. You just wish you could have it.
What was his greatest strength if you could pick one thing?
Oh, Rio had to. It's everything that goes. A ton of pace, but his heading, everything is passing. He's just. When we got him for the price we got him at Leeds, he just started that bar raising at Ellen Road. Everyone just seeing the way he trained, the way he played, and the way he handled himself. Let's have a bit of this, you know. So here we go. It's Joe's inquiry here. I have to pick my nephew.
Oh, come on!
I have to pick my nephew. I'm only picking for family reasons, really.
It's Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Christmas. And his mum's my sister, and she'd only give out to me. And his nana's my mum, so now we'll talk a bit of football now. But no, I'd go with Harty as well. Harty, that time when we were doing well in the Champions League, Harty at the edge of the box, we were 1-0 down. He would get us back to 3-1 or 2-1. We've seen him at Ellen Road, away from home. That left peg is just a wand. Corner set pieces, he's just putting it in on top of that keeper, and he can defend as well. Centre half as well. I see he's doing really well down now at Eddie Howe.
Yeah, he's still playing.
So he's hanging in there.
How old is he now?
I'd say it's 2 years older than me, mate. I suppose he's hungry for a few bob, you know. But no, he's
why you can play, you got to carry on playing.
Yeah. No, he's a great lad. I'm delighted to have the boys in my back five.
That's your Xbox sorted for Christmas, isn't it?
That's me sorting. I'm not giving him a mention. And the two boys at the edge of the box as well, taking free kicks against him coming in from the left and Hart in the right. So we'll move into. I'm going to call on my captain straight away. Gordon Strachan. Yeah. Amazing. He's my roommate. I think we've talked about him in the show, and as we did. He's just been a great man, and he really looked after us for the few years that I was at Leeds, and he was at Leeds as well, so I've the utmost respect to him, and he's doing really well for Scotland.
You mentioned before briefly about the time when you knocked the ball out of play in a game.
Yeah, it was just as simple as just learning the game off him. You get in front of the winger, and you think you're okay just tapping the ball out and give them the throw. God, I'm going, no. You're better than that. Let's see, can we get back to a keeper, get to the centre half and play a bit into a little triangle. So he improved us that way, because there was no bother to me to just kick it into the stand. Very good at that.
Done my job.
Very good at that. So we're moving into midfield now. Roy Keane.
How good? Well, I never got to play. I never played with him.
Roy was amazing. Roy was amazing. It's an Irish pick now for midfield to have the man classes for Manchester United. The things he's done, and the things he's done for his country as well, and he's just up there, you know what I mean? I think he gets his game with any club in the world, and you know, he's just one of those. There was Gary McAllister, there was a few other players that you could have put in there, played with some great midfielders, but I would have liked to see Roy Keane in my fantasy football team.
Was he someone who dragged everyone up with him in terms of his standards and what he demanded?
Yeah, even passing the ball in training. If you're not going to dilly-dally, give it properly. Like you're an international footballer now, you should be able to trap the ball. You know what I mean? So it just.
Oh, he'd give you all that.
Well, he wouldn't say it; just fire the ball. You know what I mean? But no,
and then the look.
He was brilliant, and I'd put this man beside him any day. The Leeds man, Dave Batty.
Oh, well, that,
yeah, and just to see the two of them playing together, because the two of them very physical. You know what I mean?
I was going to say, you wouldn't want to be playing in that midfield, would you?
Bats was great as Bats was. Youth team. When we were in the youth team, him and Gary Speed and Gordon and the boys at Leeds, the older lads, they really looked after us, you know what I mean? And we stayed good mates, and we were lucky enough we came back actually from Newcastle, and we got the last few years out. But a great lad, and I'd love to know what he's doing now. So give us a shout.
Yeah. Good to get him on the show.
I think he still lives in Leeds.
Yeah. No, a super lad, and I'd just love to see. So far already at the three in midfield as well, gone along with my back form, still happy enough. And in my head, I'm going, will I change or will I? But no, I'll carry on. This man has to go down. Respect.
Yeah.
Gary Speed. Lead legend.
God bless him,
God bless him as well. Great friend of ours, and myself, Kevin Sharp. Between him and David Batty at Leeds and the boys, they really looked after us. Super lad.
And a very, very good player. Very good player.
So I remember we went to Everton, and every time Leeds would go to Goodison, you knew he was going to smash it. He was just so good in the air, you know. Then went up to Newcastle, and you go, I'm dreading St James's now, he's going to smash us again, you know what I mean? But Superman, and just over the moon to have him in my team. So happy enough for me. Midfield there, I'll move to the two boys. At the moment, they're okay, yeah? Just worried about Paul's knees at the moment.
As Gary said, there's no Gary McAllister. No.
Yeah, there's a lot of lads. I apologise to anyone that's actually not in the team, but you couldn't pick everyone. And then to go up front, we'll go for another Keane. We'll go with Robbie.
One of the quickest brains you've worked with. You know, like seeing the picture, you know, he's so...
Yeah, he was so clever.
Yeah.
So clever. You could see him 1 minute, he could nearly be chatting to you on the pitch. You know what I mean? The next minute he's in behind you, just tapping it in and just patting you on the backside, going by you saying, cheers, Kel. You know what I mean? But, he was so cheeky as well. But why he's really in it, like, I know he started a lot, he came on as a sub at a lot of games for Leeds United. But when he came on, as you say, we were 1-0 down, we could end up winning 2-1 or 4-2 with him, off the bench for Smith or for Duca. And he just scored goals. But what he's done for Ireland is just amazing. The record he has there. But he'd be in any team as well of mine. But a great lad off the field as well. Doesn't mind a pint.
Yeah, no, he's a very good lad.
The next one's really tough. But I went from and didn't play an awful lot of football with him. Ian Rush. A lot of people say, why Ian Rush? I only got the tail end of Ian Rush's career when he came to Leeds from Newcastle. I think it was from Newcastle. Someone put a bid. I I don't know if he was at Liverpool first or Newcastle, but we got him when he was down at Leeds. And he didn't start an awful lot of games or score goals for Leeds. But the stature of the man, the way, I think it was George Graham played him right wing or left wing, he'd just go and do the job and work hard. I can remember just up and down, and you'd go, if Ian Rush can do that, anyone else can do it. But he had to be in my team for just all around what he's done in his career, and just to see the presence of him on the training ground at Thorpe Arch at Leeds, what he did at Liverpool,
and then
Wales,
still go out
and
like put in a shift plan out of position.
And the way whatever manager picked him, he'd do a stint. But I'd definitely go Ian Rush.
Because was he still electric in training?
Yeah, he could finish. Yeah, and as I say, I went over my whole team there, and you go Ian Rush, you've your Bowie, you've Dean, you've a lot of scorers, Chapman. But I'd go Rushy there, and I know a lot of people won't be happy, but I would have loved to see Robbie coming short and Rushy going behind, or vice versa, because two of them had just that brain to know where the net was and score goals.
Superb. What team?
That's me, boys.
Well done, mate.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
thanks, man.
Brilliant.
Just very briefly, you spoke about Robbie Keane liking a pint there. Who would be the social secretary in that team?
Yeah, I was talking to someone today, and I said I could go through that team there and pick a total different 11 for the social night out. So a lot of them are really professional, but one or two of them would have made it on the sly.
Okay, well, we'll pick that team when we come off air. All right. It's time to cross live to our ITK with his Fantasy Footy Fab 4 for the upcoming double game week.
Right, listen up. Between the sticks, I've gone for United number 1, David De Gea. The Spanish stopper has been in unbelievable form this season, picking up 41 points for fantasy gappers. And with Owen Stoke at Old Trafford in the double game week, he's got to be worth a punt. At the back, I'm going for Burnley's Kieran Trippier. He's as cheap as they come at 4.8 mil, but he'll pick up points. The former City man broke a championship record with his 12 assists last term, and I see him adding to one he's got this season against Villa or Newcastle this game week. On the midfield now, and I've gone for Everton wonderkid Ross Barkley. This lad's got the lot, but injury has meant he's struggled for points this season. Less than 6% of gappers have him in their teams, and 7 mil ain't top end. Up next to the toppies are Spurs and Hull, and I see a season starting now. Trust me, this boy's got goals in his locker, so get him in. Up top, my pick is Swansea's Wilfried Bony. At 8.2 mil, he's cheaper than the game's big guns, but he consistently scores goals, and he's been picked by less than 7% of you gappers out there. Bony's relationship with Gylfi Sigurdsson is ridiculous, and he's got 50 points thanks to 5 goals and an assist. Up next to the Swans are Palace and Kipiart and Liberty, so get him in up top. Right, so there you have it. If you want big points in a double game week, get these boys in your team. Keep it to yourself, right?
As always, that is your lot, unfortunately, for this week. Huge thanks to Gary Kelly. To the Magic Man, Paul Bursford. To our studio audience, thanks for coming down, guys. Really appreciate it. And to you lot at home for watching. Have a great weekend. Next week, our guest will be Thomas the Hammer Hitzelsberger. See you then.
Enjoy Sky Sports Live. On all screens, on the go, and the best bits on demand.
How about that? Great use of space, commanding in the middle, worked it wide on both sides, sumptuous flair and control, quite simply on top of their game. Gillette and the Fantasy Football Club, together supporting Movember.